Trying to get kids to do their homework or actually work hard in lessons is certainly getting harder and harder depending on what sort of schools you're in. But one teacher came up with the idea of, well, if you do well or you actually get your work done, I'll play you at Fortnite. Well, that certainly does sound harmless when you hear it straight away on paper, as it were. And, the teacher's obviously looking there to dangle the carrot. He wants to give an incentive to get the kids to do the work. So, reading this online in the New York Post, 29-year-old Brett Belsky, I hope I've pronounced that right, is a gym teacher, and basically he's been fired for playing roughly 20 minutes of Fortnite with two students aged 11 and 12. Now, there is always two sides to every story, and teachers playing with the kids, it does sound a little bit off, but let me just read the rest of this to you, and certainly what Brett said. As a teacher, you reach out the best you can. These kids talk about video games, and I said, if you can get this work done, maybe I'll play against you. He also then added that he told the students they must get consent from their parents prior to playing Fortnite. Now, certainly two kids there had got the work done, and they played. And, of course, parents, they will just lose their minds over shit like this. I know to a point certainly I would have done. Why is this teacher playing games with my kid? It's got that creepy sort of feel to it. Straight away I'm also thinking maybe paedophile to a point. Now, straight away, I am not suggesting in any way, shape or form that this teacher is a paedophile, that he is a kiddie fiddler in any way, shape or form. But there are people out there, certainly, that would think that immediately. So the teacher Belsky, he's held up his end of the bargain, and he plays Fortnite with these two kids. One of them, being 11-year-old students, actually told his father, who went and told the school principal the very next day. So much for seeking your parents' permission, eh? That was my first reaction to that. What Belsky has admitted is that he did not speak to his higher peers first about all this. What he should have done was seek permission from the school before offering an incentive to these kids by playing online. Now, I do know that this certainly would break certain guidelines about teachers and how they interact with their children. So he's certainly at fault with that. What did the school have to say all about this? A spokesman for the Department of Education spoke with the New York Post saying that school employees shouldn't interact with students online except for school-related reasons. Mr. Belsky was terminated based on his overall performance and including a review of this case. Now, the teacher on one hand is saying that he is a good teacher, but the school there are also saying, well, you know what, your overall performance is poor, and, well, you've just given us the perfect opportunity to get rid of you. So, two of one, half a dozen of the other there. Is he a poor teacher? Belsky has stated he will be appealing the termination. Looking at this from the outside in, you're not there to play games with my kids, you're there to teach them. I understand your reasons behind it, but you're that stupid to do it without telling any of the school authorities you're going to do it. Are you really that great a teacher then? Come on, man, you really do need to get your act together. I don't want to see people lose their jobs, certainly over something maybe as trivial as this, but if the school's right and your overall performance is poor, you're just proving to them how poor you really are by not seeking permission first. That's just a stupid thing to do, especially in 2019 when parents will just freak at stuff like this, and they have done. So you've lost your job, and I think you've also lost a little bit of credibility there. You don't do this. You've got to seek permission first. You really must. Really, letters should have been sent out to all the parents for them to agree sign and send back. You've got to cover your arse so much these days. Absolutely crazy for not doing so, and you've only got yourself to blame. So what's your thoughts on this? You know, on one hand, I've got to give the teacher maybe a little bit of praise because he's trying to get through to these kids and he's going to use any means possible. And video games, I certainly feel, are one avenue. But then on the other hand, you didn't speak to the authorities, you didn't get proper permission off the parents, and you're just an idiot for not doing so. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your feelings. If you've made it to the end of this, and I hope you have, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys again. Take care.